Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching another Aroma Talk. Today, we actually are doing a very special Aroma Talk. It's a roundtable with Max Forti and Luke Solomon from the Elemental Fragrances. And, we were doing these roundtables actually especially for ScentXplore, since it's very close now. I think we're like 3 days away from
Last
ScentXplore.
stretch, for sure.
Yeah, and my plan is when we talked about it, the first time that actually we did a podcast, you gave me this idea. You were like, maybe we should do some roundtables. So I was like, yeah, that's actually a pretty cool idea. I would love to do it. So, and then I was like, it's the best time. So because now ScentXplore is happening, let's invite anyone or any perfumers, creators of the brands that are participating at ScentXplore. And it's the best time to chat and talk about everything.
Let's do it.
So I think it's your second time here, and also second time with Luke. It was, and both times we had a lot of fun, man.
Second time?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, let's do it.
Great to be
we
here.
did. I did one podcast with Luke. We went through all of the elemental fragrances. That was actually good. We spent around like 2.5, almost 3 hours here. Yeah.
It's fine.
I want you guys to actually let us know in the comments. Have you heard of the Elemental? Because this is my actually first time. Not today, obviously. I discovered this brand earlier this year through Hamid. He said, Max, you got to check this brand. It's a lot of fun. What this guy does is very creative. And I tried them, and I was blown away by at least 6 of them. And I think if you follow my channel, I talked about oud people, right?
Yeah, oud people.
I love that kind of a take on oud. Very playful. Like Luke was saying, not skanky, not fecal, not medicinal, not barnyardy, but very sexy, very sensual. And I said to him, I think your brand, when I think about your brand from everything I tried, it's bold, it's sensual, erotic, sexy, and very playful. It's a very playful brand, powerful, bold. If you like true statement making sense, I think the Elemental is going to be something you will enjoy.
Indeed.
Sure.
Tell us about the brand, Luke. How did the inspiration come about to create this brand?
It's always a funny story or something by happenstance. I was growing my beard. This side wouldn't grow. Made some beard oil. Smelled really bad. My girlfriend was like, "Oh my God, this stinks." So I decided, I was like, "Well, I'm gonna fragrance this." So I was like, what would I like to smell like? Sexy lumberjack. So I made my first fragrance, which was Mogul, and I was like, okay. I was like, what would a lumberjack smell like? So, very piney, bergamot, the woods. So I kind of started doing research, and I put together my first fragrance, and it just worked. I had a party at my house, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a batch of this, and I catered to, so I had a bunch of people over. I made like 60, 70 bottles, and they sold out. And then people were like, do you have any more of this? And I was like, yeah, I do. Give me a couple of minutes. So I made some more, and then I knew I kind of had something. So then I started working on number 2 and number 3 fragrance.
And that's part of your lineup right now? The one that's Mogul?
Yes, Mogul, and that's the first fragrance.
Lumberjack was the inspiration.
Yeah, sexy lumberjack. And it just worked. And then, after that, I really immersed myself in
the art of
learning fragrance making. I went to London for a little while. I went to some classes and seminars that Rojas Dove did, and I studied some other perfumers, and I just really immersed myself in understanding the art of perfumery and making, quality perfume, and understanding notes and materials that you use in creating fragrances, and now we're here.
And that whole span was what, 2 years to get to this point?
About a year and a half. And,
okay.
And, I've been doing it. This is like year 5.5, and the line has been steadily growing, and it's doing something now, and I'm very proud of what I've done, and it's phenomenal. Sometimes
it's amazing how it becomes what it becomes and where it takes you.
Exactly.
How would you describe your fragrances? The ethos, the mission of what you do. How would you describe it?
It is I would say the embodiment of a sexy James Bond jet setter luxury porn star.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Very, very pushing the envelope, if you will.
Yeah, man. I mean, he mentioned that in the live, actually, the Instagram live. He's like, the new fragrance that we're going to talk about is.
We have it here.
Yeah, it's
I'm curious.
James Bond.
Was a porn star.
Porn star, yes. That's the approach. And, and actually it is like every time. I mean, first, I want to give credit to Mr. Cologne, Glenn.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because Glenn was actually the first person that connected me to Luke. And then I was able to get the samples, and I tried
through
them.
you.
And I was like, oh, and then now
Sure,
you got
sure.
to know him. And then I'm sure Glenn is actually coming to ScentXplore
Oh, yeah.
as well.
For sure.
So, and then when I tested these fragrances, I was like, oh, yeah, it's exactly,
stuff.
that's a great description of the whole line, man.
I gotta say this, and I told Glenn this before. Like, I contribute a lot of my success to him, and I have to say that. I sent some of my earlier work to him, and he was like, "This is garbage." He didn't say garbage, but he was just like, "No." But instead of being upset like a lot of other people would be, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get back to the drawing board, and I'm gonna take this as constructive.
Refine your craft. Yeah.
And I did, and then I came back to him, and he was like, "Okay, this is good." He was like, "You're on to something." And then just really being into the art form of this. I tell people all the time, this is definitely an art form and a business, but your product has to be sound as well as the level of business that you operate on.
True.
For sure. And what I love about this, the fragrances that you have, your packaging is great, the bottles are good, everything is great. But a lot of times that I've seen actually in the past couple of years, a lot of perfumes or companies comes out, they spend so much money on the boxes and the packaging. And I know packaging is presentation, but when you spray the fragrance, it's like another dupe of something else. But then with the fragrances that you created, they're minimalistic, the packaging, but the juice, the fragrance is just is different. It's
nothing here that I tried from Luke Solomon, the Elemental, is similar to anything out there or a dupe of anything out there. It's very unique to itself. So kudos to you,
Thank you. I really try hard not to follow any trends.
Yeah.
I may have things that have trended and that are maybe staples, but they're always seasonal trends. I try not to follow those. I do what comes to me. And Max, you said something to me earlier. Am I a spiritual person? And as I told you, a lot of this stuff comes to me in my dreams. And last time when I was here with Hamed, I told him I had a dream. My grandfather, very special to me, passed on, and I had a dream that he came to me, and in my dream I was able to smell a bunch of things from my childhood, where I used to live in the South, and I took all those notes and I created a fragrance from that, and it was sick. I sent this to lots of my family and people that I knew, and they were like, "Wow, this is
capture
crazy."
the essence." Yeah.
So very spiritual, and I draw a lot of what I do from my meditations and in my dreams, and then I'll see someone and I'll imagine how that person smells, and then I'll just start working on a cipher, and it just ends up working.
You could do bespoke fragrances. You could have a private line of the Elemental which will capture people's essences.
Well, I do that. I do a lot of bespoke fragrances for weddings and things of that nature.
Good to know.
So,
good to know.
That's really good, man. And also, the fact that, it's an American-based company.
Oh, yeah.
Born and still operating in Brooklyn, New York. So also New York-based company. So, it's hard to find it though now.
Very hard.
I think there's, you, even at ScentXplore, it's Elemental Fragrance and Kieran NYC Mono that are only American-based companies.
We have Blocky this year.
Oh, Blocky too, yeah.
Which is a brand that's been around for a long time. It's exciting. We have some
that,
American brands.
This type of niche perfumeries and quality of these fragrances are coming out.
Yeah.
They're actually doing an exceptional job.
100%.
I think we are all kind of done with the dupes of all the famous fragrances. So
enough is enough.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned that you were like, I think someone asked you, "Can I find this at Macy's?" And you were like, "This is not a Macy's type of a fragrance brand." Yeah.
And not bad mouthing.
No, there's nothing bad about it. Yeah.
You just it's
more
that
of the same
linear scent that you get in the fragrances that they sell. There's nothing that's super exceptional. And someone actually called me the Black Tom Ford, and I was like, okay, that's a little weird. But
Dude, that's not far off though. because the class, the elegance, and the sensuality you have when your fragrances. Because Tom Ford likes to push the envelope too,
yeah,
right?
yeah, love that.
The cherry one, what is it called? A lost cherry.
Fucking fabulous.
Exactly.
Again, he just went with the name.
He pushes the envelopes, and I think you're doing that here.
No, I mean I love it, and you know he takes a lot from Halston. I'm a big fashion person. I come from that background, and that's just all classic Halston.
I love Halston. Did you wear Halston in the 80s?
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
my god, that was the
212.
first fragrance that I got.
Z14. I love Z14, man. I'm a vintage guy. You
so-
talk vintage. This podcast will be all vintage.
So that gray flannel
Ooh.
and Fahrenheit's my
Yeah.
top 3 all
Let's
time
go, man.
fragrances.
Yeah.
All time top 3.
I'm an Azzaro Prom kind of guy, though.
Okay.
That's bold. That's not for everyone.
Yeah.
I wear Brut to this day,
Yeah.
you know? And it smells good on me, too. You'd never tell.
Yeah.
I love my vintage stuff.
I remember
You like
that
anything
was,
vintage?
Vintage Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit
Fahrenheit.
was like, and also the Gucci Prom, the original one.
Ooh,
That's
brown,
that,
the brown
brown
juice.
one that they never did. That
so
was
good.
my favorite
So good.
fragrance. That was like I think the first
The
niche
golden
thing
year
that
of Gucci.
Yeah, Gucci.
You had Gucci Prom, Gucci Prom 2, and Gucci Envy was really good, too.
That's
The
right.
green
It
one.
was
Yeah.
So good. It's like a spicy sandalwood.
Well, not so vintage, but John Varvatos Dark Rain.
Oh, I never tried that one.
Oh my
Dark
God.
Rain?
Yeah, that's
Wow, I gotta try that.
that is epic. That's,
Wow, I never
that's
even heard of that.
juice. Yeah, and it's in that bottle, but it's black and it has like a black kind of barbed wire design around it.
Oh,
that's
okay,
that's-
okay, I know what
that's
you're talking
good.
about. It's good stuff. It's just not powerful though. It's a powerful combination of notes, but it doesn't have the performance, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But it's a good juice.
maybe 4 or 5 hours, but it's
But
a good juice.
don't you think like as I'm just also like I'm thinking about myself like when I started getting
Dark
to-
Rebel, it's called. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Dark
just
Rebel.
remembered.
Dark
Oh,
Rebel,
the
Dark
one
Rebel.
that
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Hamid.
No, sure, no problem. Yeah. So I feel like as we go and then you just train your nose and nose receptors and the muscles get stronger and stronger. So you kind of starting to just like fragrances that are a little bit darker, more
Exactly.
complex because your nose just wants more. It
And
just
you
can't-
learn to discern
And, yeah.
what's really good and what's really cheap smelling.
Yeah.
You start to, oh, this is cheap. This is, more of the same. Like you were saying, Luke, you go to a department store, it's all about vanilla and Ambroxan and Tonka. Variations of the same thing. It's like, come on. You know,
It's the note that I don't like the most. but
overly done.
Yeah.
I prefer coumarin, which was done back in the day, which was a synthetic molecule that they use in fragrances like Azzaro. It has a sweet vibe to it. It's almost like an anise kind of a vibe.
Yeah,
I prefer that.
The finish
Yeah.
on that is very nice. Yeah.
But I'm excited about the porn star James Bond. Can you
Yeah.
talk to us about
Yeah.
that?
Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys. This is just the base. As I was telling Hamed, like I work in ciphers.
Oh, wow.
I start on my bottoms. We were talking, and not to disrespect anyone, there's a lot of perfumers and people that have fragrances now, like they're hobbyists. You can't make a perfume with just 3 notes. As the pyramid says top, middle, bottom, there are corresponding notes in each level of those notes. So this is the bottom cipher.
Wow.
So I want you to just smell this base, but then I'm gonna tell you what's gonna come
Heart
on
and
top
top.
of this.
Okay.
So,
So that's the base notes right there.
yeah, these are the base.
Go ahead, Hamid. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah.
And
Thank you, sir.
welcome.
Oh man, it's interesting.
And that's
Put a
just
smile
the
on my
base.
face. I don't know why. It's just automatically.
This is so nice. Wow.
Now imagine this.
I already love it the way it is.
It's perfect.
So what do you have
good,
here?
man.
What do you have here? I get like almost like a red wine vibe.
There's something fruity in there
Yeah.
too. Maybe some vanilla. There's
This is Atlas
Like a creme brulee?
cedarwood.
yeah.
This is some Bulgarian rose.
Oh, this is sexy, man.
some cypress. Now imagine
Some conifers, some piney stuff going
Yeah,
on. A little
the
bit.
cypress
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
and Peru balsam. Now imagine this,
Oh man.
Dude, I'm going to spray this on. I have a function after this. I'm going to spray this on.
and you introduce some copal into this.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're familiar with copal,
Can you?
That's
Sorry, can you
just-
spray
yeah,
on my?
you
Just
couldn't
wanna.
resist,
It's fun, man.
It is nice.
Yeah,
I would love some whiskey up top too, something boozy or
a
brandy.
little bit dark. You make it a
Yeah.
little bit darker. Oh man,
But-
it's interesting. I've never tried to smell anything like this. So new, man.
But
So
when
unique.
the Capole comes in,
Dude, this is so
that's
nice.
gonna take it. And now since you said whiskey, I think that's gonna just kind of.
Let's go,
I
man.
love that idea.
Let's go. This is incredible. This is right now my favorite from your line. And I tried. I told you I like Oud People.
Wow, okay.
I like Deep Inside.
I like that.
But
That's
this is
good.
my favorite from your brand. This is love. This is love at first sniff.
And this is just the base.
Wow.
Have you decided on the name?
Not yet.
Not yet?
It's gonna come to me. It always does. I wake up like 2-3 o'clock in the morning and
Inspired.
I'm like, that's it.
You know what? This is really New York chic or Brooklyn chic. It reminds me of when you go to private parties in Brooklyn, like a
This is
like
so
a
good, Hamid.
like
Yeah,
a
this
speakeasy party and somewhere in there.
I would add
And
two
this
things
is-
here to make it perfect. A little tobacco, a little Maduro, a little the whiskey, the spirit. That's it, man. I mean, it's you got the
It's fun.
structure.
It's
It's
fun.
good.
It's such a fun,
This is good.
fun fragrance, man.
They said it.
Wow.
So is this going to be the
yes, this is
ScentXplore
gonna be a
exclusive?
ScentXplore,
Yeah.
yes.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, man.
Love it.
ScentXplore exclusive is going to be limited amount of bottles, and maybe you don't know. Maybe after that, if it just
we're
people
gonna
love
see what
it, you
We bring it into
continue.
the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's fun.
Oh yeah. This
Yeah.
is
What
This
comes
was
to
like-
your mind when you smell this, Luke?
just like I don't know, like in some exotic forest with like sexy berries and you're just like in a golden robe, just like free. I don't know. It's like just
Running naked at an
yeah, like a
oasis with some
luxury
wild flowers.
green, Yeah.
This is nice, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, I think just reminds me of this. It's not the same, but I was event in. I mean, I can't say event. It was at a party in Burning Man. It was like one of these private
Burning Man?
Burning Man. Yeah.
Oh,
so it was.
you weren't stuck in the mud.
Yeah, no, I actually didn't go this year.
Okay.
But it was one of these camps that they're. I forgot the name. Bubbles and Bass, actually, it was from Bubbles and Bass. Can you hear me? So it's a really kind of a cool camp there. They have the good parties, and I think it was a Wednesday or Thursday night that they had this great DJ there, and they turned on this candles or diffusers, yes, and then it was such a great party. People always they look so good there, and it reminds me of that type
atmosphere.
of atmosphere, energy, and what do you call it? Ambience.
Sure. It's nice.
It's nice, man. It's a happy thing. It took me, I didn't go to Burning Man this year, but it took me there,
Nice.
Well, I can't wait, man. I can't wait to just, I'm sure you keep working on it and you're going to refine it, make it better and better and better. Or not even better. This is perfect now, all right? But,
So this is one of the exclusive creations,
Yeah,
but
that's
you also
one of
have
the exclusive-
something with cashmere that's
So-
right, your bestseller that you're doing a twist on it.
I'm gonna flank cashmere sex and
Let's
do a
go.
cashmere sex at night. And
Ooh.
so far, the prototype
We don't have that here today.
did not bring that.
That's gonna be for ScentXplore, guys. So you
Yes,
must
that's
come.
gonna be a ScentXplore exclusive. Just lots of birth control and protection.
Uh-oh.
yeah.
It's gonna need that.
Just like-
Wow.
Put that on. It's gonna be a lot of new kids coming from that.
Let's go.
I heard that.
Gonna
there's
have a lot of
pop-
September
there's
babies
I heard-
after ScentXplore.
I heard there's a population crisis. So, look, she's helping us.
She's helping us.
So why not,
Yep.
man?
Hey.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool, man.
stuff.
I think elemental fragrances will be part of the 10 or 8 rising star fragrance brands that
Correct.
you have at ScentXplore.
Yep, we have a lot of great rising star brands such as Elemento. Lorenzo Pazzaglia is another one from Italy. There's a few of them, and you can go to the website and you'll see a lot of the smaller brands that haven't been around for many years. Primera was one of the rising stars last year. They're going into gold status this year, but it's always great to discover these up and rising brands. And Elemental, I think, if you guys like bold, statement-making scents that are sensual, sexy, deep, dark, this stuff is like we're talking about here jokingly. He's pushing the envelope, and he's doing stuff
Oh,
that
yeah. You said, what was it?
The
again?
Black Tom Ford.
Oh, the Black
I
Tom
think,
Ford, I was just like,
it's a
wow.
great great nickname for it. You don't need it. You're Luke. Your Luke is, but
It's a compliment.
It's a
Yeah.
compliment.
I
You're
didn't
pushing
take it
that.
as a bad thing. I
Yeah.
just thought it was funny. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
No, because I love what you're doing with this stuff. Just reminding everyone that ScentXplore would be September 1st and 2nd.
December. December 1st.
December 1st.
Otherwise, it had already been.
December 1st and 2nd. At we can tell everyone the location.
Of course. It's 535-551 West 28th, which is 2 blocks from it's by the Chelsea Piers, across from Chelsea Piers, and 2 blocks from the Vessel, Hudson Yards, walking distance from there. A beautiful location, 22,500 square foot. We'll have 65 to 70 brands. Confirmed right now, we have about 60, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If you do want to get our ScentXplore gift box, you need to register. I don't know when this is going live. The time we're shooting today is, I believe, the 14th of September. But you have until the 30th to guarantee your box, your ScentXplore gift box, and we'll ship those worldwide, whether you come in virtually or in person. 40 to 50 samples plus discovery kits from the various brands. Giveaways, masterclass, workshops, meet content creators, over 115 content creators. Jeremy will be there. I think Dami will be there.
I think Curly Fragrance,
Curly Scents,
Curly
Wow,
Scents,
yeah.
Kuba, no,
exactly.
So many,
YouTubers,
man.
TikTokers, Instagrammers. Fashion style people will also be there. So a lot of surprises for you guys. It's come one, come all. Let's enjoy each other's company, camaraderie. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy these beautiful juices and discover new brands. That's what we do. And Elemental is one that I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised.
It will be one of those brands that everyone will
be talking about.
Yeah, you'll be surprised. You'll be impressed by it because finally something new, finally different. Exactly. And I think there's going to be a couple of them, but Elemental would be the top 5.
In the top, for sure.
Top 5. If anyone watches, if this goes live by September 30th and you want to get the boxes, the discovery boxes, make sure you get your tickets by September 30th.
Yes.
That's the deadline. After that, you still can buy the tickets virtual or in person, but you won't get the discovery boxes.
Yeah, because we got to start shipping them in October to make sure everyone receives them because we're shipping internationally. We want to make sure that everyone gets them before the event. But yeah, I wanted to ask you, Luke, a question because Glenn was the person that introduced the brand to both of us. What was Glenn's favorite? Which one that he really loved?
He loves Deep Inside. He loves Cashmere Sex. He's really, I think he's starting to talk about Coco Curious. But Deep Inside, Cashmere Sex, those are his favorites, and Star 69.
Star 69. Star 69 also, I think, is your second best.
This is number 1, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Cashmere Sex and Deep Inside, like they run neck and neck.
Deep Inside I really like, but I want to revisit this one. This is Cashmere Sex. I just want to remind myself of this one.
I think Cashmere Sex is also Cubano's favorite.
Yeah,
he loved that. Yeah, he really
wow, this is nice.
That's my top 3. Mine is Deep Inside, Cashmere Sex.
This is very nice. I don't remember smelling this one.
Yeah.
Plum, fig, white musk. Obviously, this is the main skeleton, but there's a lot more things going on here, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about this one.
I had some figs, and I was like, man. Growing up, my mom would give me like fig Newtons for lunch, and I was like,
I love those. I love those.
But then, when you eat fresh figs, and you
it's
eat
a whole
green
different
figs,
ballgame.
or like the purple figs, the fragrance, I was like, wow. I was like, this would really be interesting. I was like, how can I turn this into something beautiful? So I was like, I want that green, but I also need something that's sweet to complement.
Fruitiness, yeah.
So I was like, what would complement this? I was like, plum. So I went with the green fig, I went with the plum, I went with my secret sauce underneath,
Sure.
and then it just
The
works.
elemental sauce.
Yes.
That's
That stuff.
I love it. It starts very fruity, but then it slowly gets musky and it's sensual. That fruitiness starts to go away. It's almost like Skittles when it first opens. Very flavorful.
I like that.
It's like Skittles, but then it gets really nice and sensual and musky and
It's playful.
very playful.
It's so playful, this fragrance. It brings you out, I think even if you wear it, this is a very unisex fragrance
100%.
for sure. And if you go on a date and you want to bring that playfulness out,
Yes.
and you want to have fun, this can be
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
one
Your
of
secret
those
weapon.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. I can see that.
And as your body heats up, it just only
Pushes,
silly,
right?
and it
I can tell.
permeates way more, and it's beautiful. As he was just saying, on women it could be so much more powerful, and then on a man it's just like it's your body chemistry, but it's just a great fragrance, and it works.
It's good to know. So at ScentXplore, we'll have 3 new ones, right?
You know, 2 new ones. I might throw another one in the mix. I might just go just nuts and just come with a whole new, like a couple more.
So the numbers on the label, does that mean the 11th creation or okay?
Yes, they correspond to.
Okay.
So how many you have so far?
They're actually 27, but I only have 23 out. The other ones, not yet.
Oh, you're still working on them?
Yeah. And then there's things that I've taken out. The Grands, which I think I sent you a sample of. That's the fragrance that I made. It was like a tribute to my grandparents. Like I said, I had the dream, and I saw my grandfather. People love that, but I don't know. It's like one of those things that you're scared to put out. But I'm gonna have it as an Xplore.
It's called the Grand.
It's called the Grands.
I want to try it
to my grandparents.
Southern elements.
Yes, it's beautiful.
I want to try.
What do you say is scared? Because there's like some notes that are daring or too artistic.
I think because it's personal to me.
It's near and dear to you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Someone
critiques it.
Oh,
yeah,
I see what you mean.
It'll hurt your feelings. Sure. I can see that.
No, man, but I kind of understand why there are some people that when someone is creating something, I can't be negative about it.
You can't.
I can't.
Right.
Because like even in music that I listen, because maybe it's not my taste if I don't like it.
But they
I
pour their heart into it.
Yeah, but like if you put your heart, your soul into creating it, I can't say, oh, this is bad. Oh, this is. It's just not a fair thing to say. Maybe it doesn't just. So I'm always trying to stay
Not
away,
hurt people's
not
feelings.
hurt people's feelings. I also stay away from doing a lot of negative, feedback or talking about. I only talk about stuff or things that I love because that's my taste.
Exactly.
You can't say someone created this music or this fragrance or this art and it's maybe to your eyes is not good.
But somebody will love that.
Would love that. So
Yep.
it's a very personal touch. It's a very
100%.
unique thing to you that depends on your personality, your taste, and what you have. So don't say it, guys.
This is very subjective.
Don't
Otherwise,
be so hateful. Stop hating.
Exactly. Otherwise, everybody would smell the same, right?
Yeah.
And some things just aren't for everyone.
Exactly.
So and that's okay. Like that, I get that because I have people that love what I do, and then I have a few people that they don't get it. I don't take offense to it.
Exactly.
It's okay.
There's something for everyone.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
100%.
That's why you have 27, man. And you got to bring more so that people can
Find something they like.
I don't know when I'm going to stop, but soon I'm going to have to put a cap. There's a lot, but
I'll tell you a secret. You can't stop.
I know. It's an illness, man.
Yeah.
You can't stop.
You can't stop.
It's a mad science.
You don't have anything really freshy or right citrus. Everything is dark and deep and sensual.
So London is a freshie.
London?
So London is here, and then Amorous is very sensuous. I didn't bring that, but So London is here. Oh yeah,
Okay.
So I did bring Amorous. Let's see. There's So London. That's kind of like my take on a Green Irish Tweed. I don't knock anyone's
Green
stuff
Irish
off,
Tweed, kinda.
but that's like my Green Irish Tweed is my favorite Creed fragrance.
Okay.
So I thought I was like, if I was gonna do like, what would my Green Irish Tweed smell like? And that was that.
Oh, this is
So London.
so long. Yeah.
So inspired by, but not copied. So
yeah. It's more of a really good martini that I had in London, and I was like, yeah.
It's a good quality of. I mean, you said martini, but I feel that green notes. I don't know if it's basil. It's
the juniper.
It's the juniper, yeah. That just, but also creamy at the same time. Yeah.
And that is, I would say that's one of my most underrated fragrances. I have not pushed that, but that is fantastic.
Wow.
This is good, man.
That is.
You're right. It is underrated. So this is the one that you were kind of inspired by Green Irish Trees, and then you created.
Because Green Irish Tweed is my favorite Creed fragrance, and I was like, well,
This
I want
one's
to
my
create
favorite.
my own like ode to London fragrance, and then that was that.
Sage.
But this is really nice too. Amorous.
Oh yeah.
That's,
I like
that
this,
is
man.
beautiful.
Wow.
It's just different, man.
I love his
It's
stuff,
so
man.
fun. Yeah.
It really makes you smile because
Yeah.
you try his stuff and it's different. It's not going to remind you of anything out there. So you'll be like, wow, this is nice and it's different, you know? For us frag heads, when we find stuff like this, it's a breath of fresh air. So
Yeah.
I like
You know,
it.
the thing is, because what I feel like this is the art of niche fragrances, artisan fragrances, is about that uniqueness. That it's not like you can smell it on a million people. You
Yep.
can smell it on a really few people that they know these fragrances, and you can actually be that exception, that person that actually bring
Exactly.
that signature, that difference into the crowd whenever you walk in. And this is what you can find in these fragrances.
Yep, absolutely. You'll definitely stand out.
Yeah. No, it's fun, man. Yeah. This is so fun. Have you tried? You said you've tried Oud People.
I love
Yeah,
it.
the
I
oud
love
people
it.
is good,
I featured
as
one of
we
my
say.
videos. I think
Yeah.
it's a great take on oud. Fun, sweet, playful, sexy. Love it. Love it. Is it here?
What else? I didn't bring Oud
Oh,
People today.
I love oud people, man.
And yeah.
It's addictive. It's addictive.
That's one of Glenn's favorite ones. He talks about that all
Dude,
the
I
time.
love oud people. So glad I found it.
Fantastic fucking rose.
Oh,
You need to
yeah.
smell that. I don't know how you felt about that when you smelled it.
I'm not huge on rose, but it's a very well done rose. I'm just not a
different.
rose fan, but it's a very nice rose.
Neither am I. Not big on it. But I did.
Good
the
that you
one
did,
version.
because a lot of people love it.
But the first version I did wasn't that great. Sent it to Glenn. Didn't like it, and a couple other people in it. They were like it smelled like some medicinal medicine. And you know, I after a while I smelled it and I was like, okay, I get it. Then I changed it, and now this version is just fantastic. Yeah.
That's sick. Fucking rose. Beautiful. We're not really beeping or anything like. We just say.
not beeping? We don't have
No
to.
beeping.
YouTube won't cancel us.
No, the YouTube is okay.
I tell it like it is.
Tom Ford can name a fragrance fucking fabulous, so we say fantastic fucking rose. It's actually
It's a
beautiful
nice
rose.
rose.
It's a
It's a
really
nice
good.
rose.
I mean, you know the smell.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's actually a really.
I'm
good
not a rose guy, but I appreciate this rose.
See, when like
Yeah.
you just
Very
don't
realistic.
want it. Yes, it just can't be old lady rose. It can't be rose soap that your mom.
It's not
had when you
Chanel
were
number
kid.
5.
Yeah.
Of the Hillic floral.
Yeah. It's a modern, classy,
Yeah.
new rose. That
Exactly.
actually, you know, I think if you're a 22-year-old girl and you want to wear it, this is perfect.
Yes,
You can pull it up.
True.
Because when we think of rose, it's always old lady rose, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's so many different variations of rose oils and you know resins or whatever people are making. So it's just about finding that right combination and
Yeah.
modernizing it. So yeah.
A very realistic rose at that, Luke. I mean, you can smell this. It feels like you have roses in your hand, like petals of rose. It's
Yeah.
very realistic.
How do you source these raw ingredients?
Listen, I do a lot of research and I see who's using what. I see who's putting out like the best product. And that's kind of like how I do my sourcing. And then there's things that I actually tincture. I'm big into tincturing. It takes a long time. I'm looking into ways to speed up tincturing, which is probably not really a good thing. But when you tincture certain products, no one could knock off what you do. They come close, do something a little similar, but it's never going to smell that way because you're in control when you're tincturing. You can stop your process. You can take your process longer to get more intense smells. So you can do so much. I mean, I tincture wood with burnt sugar on it. It's so much that you can do, and you have that control. And if you have a mission for your fragrance, you can do it. It's doable. It's just about the
I mean,
science.
since you pushed the envelope, I mean, I have so many ideas, and I think we talked a little bit about, you know, when we were doing the Insta Live or before, if I'm not mistaken, we talked about something because the Elemental logo looks like the Godfather. Maybe coming up with the Godfather juice kind of a scent, or even something called Brown Sugar. There's a Rolling Stones song called Brown Sugar.
Oh man, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so like there's so much you could do because your ethos is playfulness, eroticness. So there's so much you can do, which is really cool.
You got me with the Godfather thing. I take that as a challenge.
I want that. I want that.
I'm gonna do that with that. Maybe there in December also.
Nice.
Well, I
I'm
can't
excited.
wait, man. It just goes.
Let me
with
know
the-
if I can land a hand, with some ideas for that scent. Yeah.
Please tell me what you're thinking. And I mean, great minds. And
Of course.
we can definitely do this.
It's all about the collaboration
Yes.
process. Yeah.
Yes.
But this is my favorite right now. The new one that you don't have a name yet. I love this stuff.
Oh, that's
This is
that's
good.
Big.
Good, man.
That's big.
This is good.
Yeah,
So
and
good.
the skin is also
So good.
I can't wait. I mean, you guys got to be in there for a great time and a surprise. Make sure you come in with we had a lot of savings and fat wallets.
Oh, yeah.
because you got to buy some stuff. There.
Plus discounts too. That's a big perk.
That's right.
ScentXplore, all brands will run specials for those 2 days only. So a lot of brands will do buy one get one or whatever percentage they decide to
Or
go
gift
with.
with purchases
Exactly.
or anything like
So,
that. Yeah.
Whether virtual or in person, so you take advantage of that as well.
Oh, Max, do you want to talk about? So I know there's like tiers of tickets.
Yes.
Do you want to kind of explain, what,
Sure.
what the tiers
Sure.
are? And there's a one, so
100%. So basically 4 tiers. You can come virtually with no box. I believe that's 25, which gives you access to all the giveaways, full access to both days. The second tier to that, I believe, is 75, which gives you the box. To some countries that we ship to, it doesn't even cover the cost of shipping and the box itself, but it doesn't matter. That's the cost that we came up with. And then you have 2 tiers for the in-person with box, which I believe is 95, in-person with box, and VIP party, and in-person with no box. And then you can add on the VIP party. So it's all very well explained. If you're watching this podcast and you're media or press, you have a channel or a blog and you want to come, you can apply. We're almost at capacity at this point, but we can still take some applications and you'll get full access to both days, and you may get a link to engage on your social, and we'll also give you a little kickback from your registrations that you generate with your link. So yeah, there's a lot of incentives to the community. And the main focal point here is, of course, we have B2B for the brands, but it's all about B2C. That's the main focal point. The masterclass, the workshops, very immersive, very fun, very playful, discovering new things, having a great time. That's what the event is about. The after party, the bar, the MaxAroma bar, we're going to have some exclusive drinks made from, different fragrances. There's going to be bags that will be given out to you guys at the venue itself. A lot of great things, discoveries that you can make, but not only for this year, but well into next year. We'll have some preview fragrances that will be launching in March, springtime, so you'll be able to sample there first from all the major brands, including special launches, limited editions, just like the one Luke just mentioned from his brand. It's the Givaudan and Firmenich will have some activations as well, so you'll be able to talk about new molecules that are coming into the market. You'll be able to discover those there. So yeah, I like to call it the Disney World of fragrance, where we have fun, we discover new things, and that's it. It's an all fragrance affair.
Yeah. But my question is always, I actually never asked you this. Why did you even come up with this?
Yeah, that was gonna be.
Yeah, how did you get in there? That we're like, I want to do this ScentXplore.
ScentXplore didn't start as ScentXplore. ScentXplore starts at Scents with a Z, that I actually created in 2017 with Steven and Carlos, which is no longer here. God bless his soul.
God bless him, rest in
Brooklyn
peace.
fragrance lover.
Rest in
I had
peace.
an idea. I said, if we want to go to a place to enjoy fragrances and niche brands, we have to go to Europe. This is New York. This is the Rome of today. Why isn't there anything here? So I said, let's come up with something. And at that point, we worked with the company that I shall remain nameless, but if you were part of Scents with a Z, you know what that distribution company was. I don't think at that point MaxAroma was the distribution, or the scent house wasn't around. So we worked with this person, and I'll let you guys know in a little secret. So the thought process of Scents with a Z was my idea, the creative process, all the details, and I corresponded with the person that worked for this guy. And then he registered the event under his company without my consent. So needless to say, I was very upset. And I told, it was Tiff Benson, Steven, Redolescence, and Carlos Brooklyn Fragrance Lab. I said, guys, listen, I can't work with this guy anymore. He screwed me, and I don't think it's fair that we created something. And the way I structure the event with the 4 of us, everything we made at the event, if we ever made anything, I was going to split it 4 ways. And then this guy comes in and registers under his name. I said, what? I'm done. You can't use this name. If he ever comes up with a Scents with his, I will sue you. I've never said this in public, but you're hearing it here now. So I said, I got to create something else. So 2018, I started traveling, going to different places to see what was being done out there. And then in 2019, I said, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet and I will do it. And that's when ScentXplore was born. And Mark Mobley at that time from My Fragrance Samples was my partner. And then the pandemic hit. He's like, Max, it's too much. I'm dealing with my company and I don't think I can do ScentXplore. And he still helped me one more year. And then after that, I just been doing it. Obviously with the help of you guys and with the help of MaxAroma or whoever helps me at that time, at that year. MaxAroma, I think, has been helping me for 2 years now. So it's always welcome because it's literally a one-man show. And to pull in brands and people and to do all these little logistics and it's very time consuming. It's very stressful. So, but I do enjoy it. And I love seeing you guys smile and have a great time at ScentXplore. I love hugging you guys and, finding out what you guys are discovering. And that's what it's all about, I always like to say, we're only here for a short while. Just like Carlos no longer here, I may die tomorrow. At least I will know that I did something that made people happy and brought people together. That's enough, So that's the idea of ScentXplore. I wanted to do something in America that could bring people together with this passion that we all have. I remember loving fragrances since I was 7 years old with the Xplore that I was telling you about. So, the impact that it had on people. It's like, wow, good or bad, right? So it's like, fragrance is powerful, memories, emotions. And then I discovered this fragrance community thing. So here we are, 2023, 12 years later.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty cool, it is an inspiring story because, I've seen, I think I've known you for the past 12
more
years,
than a decade,
more than a decade now. So steps and then your vision, this is what you had in mind. When I met you, you were like, I'm going to build this. I'm going to make this happen. And then you just always had that in your mind. And then, you just
100%.
went for it.
And friendships are not built in just fun, right? Me and Hamid, we had our runnings, right, over the years.
Oh, for sure, man.
But always with respect.
For sure. We were both angry, yelling at the phone, but we were like
respect. At the end, we saw it.
We called the next day.
Fair.
Yeah, Max, I know.
No worries.
Greatness is always built in fire.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, for sure, man.
For sure.
It happens, and those are the best friendships to forge.
100%. And I'm a fiery guy, right?
Oh, for sure, man.
I'm
a lot of
fiery son of a
passion.
bitch.
Everything comes from.
I am. Yeah. I don't do anything without passion. If there's no passion, if I don't feel it, I don't want to do it. It could be making eggs. It has to be really good. It has to be passionate. Yes. Otherwise, it's like, what's the point? But I feel you do the same thing with your stuff. I feel like you pour your heart and soul into these fragrances.
Yeah, I don't make anything or put anything out unless I'm really passionate about it. And I have things that I've created, and I'm just like, yeah, nah. And then I'll have people, oh no, this is great. I'm like, no, it's not. It's great to you. So yeah, definitely.
And Glenn will be with us too, right?
Glenn's gonna come. Yeah, Glenn's gonna be there too.
Amazing.
That's gonna be epic.
Have you ever met him in person?
We talk on the phone and stuff behind the scenes, but we haven't met in person yet. So that's
he's tall,
gonna be
man.
a big thing.
Oh yeah,
I think he's almost 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
But he's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a very.
I've
nice
known
guy.
Glenn for 12 years, like way back when. Yeah, he used to buy decants from me. Because I used to have all these fragrances in my collection. Like, hey, Max, I want to try this. Can you give me a decant? Sure. Back then, it was me and Freddie. Remember Freddie?
That's right.
Freddie Photo One.
Yeah.
Freddie, he's no longer in the community. Maybe people come and go, but yeah.
Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, he actually, I've met him before Glenn. And gave me a lot of jewels. And that guy,
A lot of pointers.
Great, man.
Carlos is a great man.
Great dude. I mean, wow, yeah. Just a great man.
There's one phrase that Carlos said to me at ScentXplore 2019. I don't remember if you remember this, but I know you were there, Hamid. One of the round tables where we had everyone, Curly Scents, Kuba, Jeremy, Demi, and Carlos was in the middle. And, we were going around and asking people their background and how they started in this fragrance rabbit hole. And he's like, it almost makes me tear up because he said, Max, you had a vision, you had a dream, and you made it happen. Like we're here, ScentXplore became a reality, and that stuck to me, and I'll never forget. And that Carlos will always have a special place in my heart, because of that.
Yeah,
it's like you had a vision and you made it. So.
Yeah.
And we had runnings too, me and Carlos. Don't get me wrong, but thank God, we saw eye to eye before he left us.
Well, I guess that happens when you start any relationship, business,
Sure.
friendship, anything, because you have to figure out people. You have to see, how
get jealous.
They get jealous,
Yeah.
exactly. There's a lot of jealousy out there. You can. I know.
As you get older, hopefully you learn not to be petty anymore.
Exactly.
Not to worry about the little things.
Yeah.
And
Just focus on
the
you,
bigger
on
picture.
yourself, and the bigger picture, what you want to do, what your goals are, and then none of the other things really matters.
Yep.
You just, you believe in what you do, what you're creating,
100%.
why you're on this planet, and then you just create.
Your
So,
mission.
Your
Yep.
mission.
Yep.
And none of that stuff matters. As you said, you always say these are peanuts, so they're peanuts. People don't care. So, so let's not care about it.
Don't worry about the
Yeah,
peanuts.
don't-
Worry about the
Peanuts,
big
man.
cashews.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I think this is going to be a very cool event this year. I can't wait. I think this is going to be the biggest and the best. I think we will. Again, this would be in Chelsea Industrial. It's a huge space. If you guys just Google it, you'll see how big it is. It's 22,000 square feet.
We'll have the details.
You have
at
the
the- at the
details.
video,
Yeah.
at the
And then
podcast.
we'll actually put the link so people can buy
Sure.
tickets and everything there too. And then just come. Like if you're in, also December in New York is not a bad time to visit.
no.
It's cold, but it's
Beautiful.
fun. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Hopefully not too cold.
It hasn't been that cold. It's been like
True. The past
true.
2 years we've
yeah,
been
it's
very
been
blessed.
Really nice in the
Yes.
winter time. Like not even heavy jackets. So
Yeah.
you,
100%.
Yeah.
You can get away with a little jacket.
Yeah,
Yep.
like it's
Yeah.
the best time to be in New York
Oh, yeah.
City. Actually, during that
Christmas,
time,
decorations,
the whole city is
shopping.
happy.
100%.
Yeah, everyone's smiling. It's hard. I mean, New York, again, I told you, New York is a great city. People are not smiling all the time, but a lot of smiles during
Yes.
that time, So, and if you guys can come, make sure you buy the virtual tickets. Is there any of the samples of Elemental fragrances going to be in
Oh,
the
yeah. We'll
box?
have some
Yeah.
samples.
Yeah.
Sure,
So
sure.
then you guys can try this stuff. How about the new
That's exclusive to the
That's
event, right?
exclusive.
Oh,
to
just
the
for the
event.
event. So you have to come.
You have to come.
You have to come to the event.
But what we'll do is we'll dedicate a couple bottles from the new one for the giveaway because we always give away over 150 bottles from the brand. So we'll take 2 from him and we'll include that on the giveaway for ScentXplore, virtual or in person. So, we'll include some bottles from Elemental for sure.
Beautiful.
We always do more than 150, by the way, guys. Last year we did 225. So 150 is a starting point, but we always do more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, we can, I'm sure there's
For
going to
sure.
be more coming
For
up. Yeah. And since, we're here and we're talking about ScentXplore, let's just do a giveaway for this
Let's
podcast
go.
too. So we do 5 virtual, 5 in person.
Perfect.
Is that good?
What do they have to do?
So in order to enter this giveaway, make sure that you leave a comment down here in the description. Of course, subscribes, and also let us know which brand you're more excited to see at ScentXplore
Or discover.
or discover.
Yep.
And then we will pick a winner. Not now. We will pick a winner maybe in November. Is that good?
Sure.
Yeah, November. So November we will pick a winner, and then we gotta let you guys know, and then So
Just make sure on your comments you put in parentheses virtual or in person, so we know
right.
which ticket you're looking to win.
Yeah. And then, if you're virtual, we'll see you virtually. If not, we'll see you in person. Make sure you stop by MaxAroma Bar. And then, we get a drink there for sure. We got to have some couple of
Little
drinks.
baggie, right?
A little
Stuff like
baggie.
that.
There's going to be some baggies. And then the goodie bag. So when you walk in there's going to be a goodie bag that has some samples. And it's a tote bag with,
Yep.
You'll see it when you
You'll
get
see
there.
it.
And I'm not sure if you're doing a MaxAroma virtual booth. We can discuss that later. Maybe we
Okay.
should.
Sure.
I'll see. We have
interact?
to discuss that.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
to interact, to do some interactions there.
Sure.
But so we can't wait. And
Are they ever curious to meet Jen? Have they ever met Jen?
I'm
podcast?
actually
The
not
lady
sure.
behind the
Yeah,
scenes?
no, Jen will be there. We're gonna reveal Jen at the bar since she was always in the back. Yeah.
I know. Who is this Jen?
Yeah.
I know.
We'll reveal Jen at yeah.
Exactly.
And and then I think one last thing that I actually want, if you guys want to stay for the after party, because I know there's an after party, but there's a
That's
limited amount
limited.
of ticket.
Exactly.
So that
the after
needs to be
party is
fast.
an add-on. So when you do register in person, you'll get an option to add on to the after party. That's very limited. I think it's only 150 to 200 people, and then we have open bar, food. So, and obviously everyone will be there. You know, the perfumers, the content creators, ourselves, so you can mingle and have fun and enjoy a drink and chill. So, if you
Is
do
it
want
only
to
the first night or both nights?
no, it's only for the last night.
For the last night.
It's the
second
closer
night,
after the
September
award
2nd.
show.
Yeah, December
We have the
2nd.
after party.
Yeah.
Yep.
December 2nd. All right, so thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Max.
Great to be here.
Thank you
Always
again,
a
Luke,
pleasure.
for sure. We can't wait to do this in 70 days, and then we got to
Yeah.
do this, man. Yeah,
I'm gearing
Can't wait.
up. I'm ready.
Counting the days.
I know, I know. So thank you again. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
Have a good day.
Stay
Bye.
fragrant.
Yes.
Bye.